Today I want to talk about three things. Please subscribe to my channel and leave comments. So the three things are be in the now. The second one is clutter. And the third one is your fish identity. So the first thing is be in the now. Now I've recently started a program of Wayne Dwyer. He has a program called Excuses Be Gone. And the one thing I've really found helpful from what he underscores is to be in the now. And I have found when I become very stressed and challenged with the situation, because you drag along what happened yesterday and you're intimidated by what is in your future, and that makes that you feel that you're not in control of what's going to happen next. And that's when the key is to be in the now. So I've discovered how I manage my stress that way is to just take a deep breath and start to pay attention to your breathing. What can you smell? What can you hear? What do you feel like? Just be in that moment of experiencing what you're experiencing. It sounds funny, doesn't it? It's really la-di-da, but okay. But it's about using of your senses and just becoming aware of how you exist in this moment. And that gives you an opportunity to just have a space where you can sort of take a new look at what's happening around you and then sit calmly. I make lists, so then I'll make lists on whatever I do next. But it's just to create a space of calm, even if it's just for a minute, to be in the now, to to just be before you start reacting. And because what happens, the opposite is you react and it escalates, and then you end up in a situation where you say stuff and do stuff that's not beneficial, where it could have been approached differently. So that's the one thing. The second one is clutter. I'm busy sorting out my office. I need a lot of support this week. I took everything out of my room, every single thing, and then now I'm only putting back what I need. But I found that you have to do it quickly, get rid of clutter, because if you're not in that mind space anymore, like if it's 24 hours later, your enthusiasm has already gone down. But the other thing about clutter is you can't find stuff. It takes time. It clutters up your life, and it clutters up your time management. The moment you take away the clutter and the unnecessary things, you start finding what you're looking for quicker. So you save time and headspace, and you find that you have more room to be creative. And so I think that's important. So yeah, I'm hanging in there. Next week I'll tell you how far I've gotten with the clutter. So yes, see, the 2 things a day have just escalated into getting rid of your clutter. So the third thing is your fish identity. Now, Wayne Dyer talks about connecting with your source, and often when you want something, you think, oh, that's too much to ask. And maybe I'm selfish. Selfish, did you hear that? Maybe it's not something I should be asking for. But if you think about it, this is how I see it. If you're a fish, it's not too much to ask for water, because fish needs to swim. So if you need water and asking for water because you're a fish, it's not abnormal. And what do you know? Next year you'll be asking for water again because you're a fish. It's just how much water, but ultimately you just need enough to surround you. So I think a lot of times this is the same thing. If you find your purpose and your passion, you'll be asking for the same things over and over again, because it's your nature. It's what you need to be swimming to reach and become fully what you were created for. So when I say your fish identity, it means that, especially now that I'm sorting through my clutter, I always write down my goals And year after year, I can see there's just a pattern. I always have the same goals. I mean, I could literally put all these pages on top of each other and look through it and just see everything's the same. I think it's new. It's not new. It's a fish wanting water. And so what Wayne says is that if you align yourself with source, it will be easier to get what you want, and then it won't be a selfish thing to ask for what you need to become who you need to be and what you were created for. So it's a bit abstract, but for me it makes sense. So for me it means getting rid of the clutter in my life, not just physical clutter, but head clutter, so that I can align and start asking, even if it's big things, so that I can start living purpose. So yes, that's the three things. Be in the now, even if you have water restrictions and lots of challenges in your country. Get rid of your physical clutter and start looking for your fish identity. Maybe that bold thing you're asking for is just water and not something out there. So please subscribe to my channel and leave me comments, because that's how I know you're listening. And I hope you have a great Monday.